Welcome ladies and gentlemen to a casted game of Age of Empires 4, and today spawning in the east side of the map we have got Give You Anxiety playing in teal as the Abbasid dynasty. He's going to be going up against his opponent today on the west, Doomsy, playing in red as the Rus. Welcome ladies and gentlemen to Dry Arabia and Blade 55555's Conqueror's Cup qualifiers. Say that 5 times. And we're going to be in for a banger of a game, I feel. The Rus versus the Abbasid dynasty. Civilization matchup that we haven't seen all that much in terms of on the Dry Arabia map. But, well, we're going to get a sneak peek into the matchup today. Of course, many things have changed with these two civilizations compared to what they were like on release of the game. And plentiful options here for the Basset dynasty with the new worked House of Wisdom. With the 4 wings being pretty viable, apart from one in this stage, because it's going to be a little bit of a different Dry Arabia. So we may just notice there are no trade posts in the corners of the map, and that's because that's one of the rules for Blade 55555's Conqueror's Cup. No trading on Dry Arabia, and that means the trade wing is not really going to be a thing here for Give You Anxiety. So he's got the other options of 3 wings to go with, and it's going to be the economic wing for GUA today. On the west side, Doomsy playing as a Rus. Let's just see what he is up to. He's going to go up with the Kremlin. And let's take a look at the scouting information that we've got. We've got actually Give You Anxiety with, looks like 2 scouts, which is kind of typical when you go against the Rus. Obviously, Rus often investing in a second, well, always investing in a second, really, and going for a third, because, of course, they benefit from that bounty system. The question is whether Doomsy went for a 3rd scout or not. And it looks like he actually only went for 2, one of them being idled right now in the east corner of the map. So interesting that both players have 2 scouts, and that does give You Anxiety a very good chance at kind of contesting the deer packs. As you can see, yeah, denying some bounty there already for Doomsy. There's actually got quite a lot of sheep rather on the back of the scout. 7 of them. They've got a decent number of sheep back home as well. It's like another 7 there, so 14 sheep in total, which is fantastic for the economy. In fact, add another 2, 16 to Give You Anxiety and the Basset dynasty. Going up with the economic wing, food is not going to be a problem for him as he ages up, and I suspect we'll be looking to get fresh foodstuffs. The nice thing about fresh foodstuffs is that it is a technology now that doesn't need the economic wing to be researched. It looks like now it's going to go over to stone. So Give You Anxiety, going to be going for multiple TC play here, probably 2. That's often the standard here with the Basset dynasty, especially against the Rus that can be very heavily feudal-aged based in terms of their progression into the game, and they often are a very aggressive civ. But we shall see what the Rus have in store for us today with Doomsy, and whether he decides to go for a 2nd town centre. Now, 2nd town centre is also a decent play by the Rus, but when you're going against the Basset dynasty, they do 2 TCs better, so a little bit tricky for the Rus. I suspect he's going to be going for 1 TC aggression in this match. As we do now see a decent number of villagers on gold, that's likely to mean that there's going to be knights coming out sooner or later for the Rus. GUA is milking away on that stone. It's got 7 villagers. So certainly looking to get that 2nd town centre up and running as soon as possible. Be interesting to see actually how quickly he manages to do it. As we head into almost the 6th minute of the game. And possible expansion points, could actually decide to go for the berries and gold here. It's a nice spot. That'll consolidate his economy and be able to get up to that castle edge with those 2 key resources. As he does start to send more villagers on stone. I can only imagine this might be a 3 town centre play. Just invest that many villagers onto stone. And that's a curious play. I mean, we'll have to see and just watch, because 3 town centres is a little bit greedy, you feel, against the Rus. We'll have to see how it goes. As Doomsy going for a hunting cabin next to the woodline to get as much gold as he can, which is a bit of a tricky situation, because it does mean his villagers have a lot more distance to walk. Although he is getting wheelbarrows, so that'll certainly help on that front, but I do wonder whether it's really worth it. He's getting 16 gold per minute. I think that's really offset by the walking distance that is taken on the food and the lack of efficiency there. Although having said that, this could scale well, because of course the hunting cabin will be there for the rest of the game. The deer pack, not so much. There's going to be a 2nd town centre here for GUA, right next to his home town centre, and the House of Wisdom, offering a lot more protection. Now, curiously enough, placing it near the stone mine does suggest he might be going for a 3rd town centre. That's pretty greedy. Doomsy spots that 2nd town centre. That could be a signal for him to be aggressive. And he does have the Kremlin Gremlins he could potentially attack with. Does have a stable up and running, getting a knight and some archers, but already heading into almost the 7th minute, and you know, there's no real units here for Doomsday to be aggressive with. We do see villages on that stone. It could be able to afford that 3rd town centre very quickly. Now, the town centre is pretty cheap here for the Abbasid dynasty, having the upgrade, the Fertile Crescent upgrade. It's going to be actually only 262 stone and 300 wood, as it does have enough stone for the next town centre. Wait a minute, no way. GUA still on stone. Maybe thinking of going for 4 town centres. Surely that would be a bit too greedy. I mean, 3 town centres itself is a little bit much, as GUA might possibly lose his scout. Does manage to get out of there though. Okay, there's that foundation of the 3rd town centre on the berries and the gold, as we kind of expected as a possibility. The concern really though for GUA is, will he be able to hold off a strong feudal push which is likely to come out of Doomsday, going for a barracks as well. So 1 production building of each type, looking to get that mixed army for the Rus. In the south, that scout does get taken down. Is going to have to take that boar now, and that can actually add to the bounty for Doomsday. Booster's coming, needs to keep that scout alive. He does for now, and we'll get that little bit of gold income from killing that boar. Back over to the base of Give You Anxiety. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Now this is super greedy. He's still on stone. That can only mean one thing. That's going to be a 4th town centre. Where does he even go with this 4th town centre? Maybe on the deer pack on the front? But I've not seen something so greedy from the Abbasid dynasty in a very long time. But it's going to come out on this stone mine and gold. There, that is awkward. I mean, is he going to go to this stone? There's 2,400 stone to be had there. He's already got 4 town centres. Surely not. In any case, we should start to see a big push coming from the Rus. Surely this could be a bit of a suicide attempt for GUA. What is he going up with in terms of strategy? But there aren't that many units on the field. 11 of them for Doomsday. We're heading into almost the 9th minute of the game. Expect there to be more for the Rus at this point. Does have wheelbarrows, so some eco coming in. The great thing for GUA is that he's got plenty of sheep underneath the town centres. Now, Doomsday will spot this out. The 3rd town centre will spot how greedy GUA is being. Oh, well, it's unfortunate for the mill. Didn't get constructed. It does mean the berries will not be boosted there for the Basset dynasty, not being able to take advantage of the bonus that they should be getting. There's that 4th town centre up and running. 6 villagers ahead, and 1 villager has gone down already for GUA. He's going to possibly lose a scout. Does manage to get out of there just about. Interestingly enough, GUA is still collecting stone. I don't understand what's going on here. He's almost mined this fully. He's already got 4 town centres. Surely there's not a 5th one coming, is there? I mean, that would be incredibly greedy. I mean, surely he's got cheaper villagers. They still well, I'll have to toggle to his position, but it still says there we are, 32 food per villager. Still a decent chunk of economy needed to support this. His villagers are now having to head back there for GUA. 5th town centre has been denied. Would he be looking to put it elsewhere? That would be a bit reckless if he does. He's losing potentially villagers. No, the villagers do garrison inside the town centre. They live to fight another day. Villagers coming out on the west, and there's quite a lot of them. Holy moly. 21 of them building that 5th town centre. This is absolutely insane. Now, siege engineering and steel arrow is coming in for Doomsday, so he's going to be looking to be aggressive in that feudal age and pressure his opponent, I suspect. We'll see how it goes. Here comes a scout just to find out what's going on. GUA does back off though, understandably so. Bit of engagement there on that 3rd town centre. I'm starting to lose track. There's 5 town centres now. GUA technically has enough for, no, almost enough for a 5th one. 6th one rather. Oh, he is going on. I don't understand this. This is crazy. He's got 5 town centres already. He's possibly going for a 6th one. That is super, super greedy. Looks like he's doing it though. Rams coming out though for Doomsday, looking to get some action and aggression going on. 1 military versus 30. This could be a big push here for Doomsday. We shall see how much he's able to push. Doesn't necessarily have the production buildings though. This stage of the game, almost 11 minutes. We're expecting to see maybe a couple more archery ranges. Of course, the Rus very good at that wood income. No wooden fortress though. Although, no, I take that back. The Kremlin will be boosting up that wood income very nicely. Getting a decent amount of wood income. 900 per minute almost. Doomsday heading in with 3 rams. This could cause a lot of problems, but GUA almost double the number of villagers. We'll be getting there soon, at least. Knights pushing the villagers off of gold. Nice play, and this is the aggression coming in on the expansions. This town centre surely will be going down. Archers picking off villagers on the retreat. 7 have gone down in the game so far. Make that 8, make that 9. And that town centre will go down quickly. This is a problem for G-Ray. Does have some economy on the front lines getting food, but how does he deal with all this pushing and poking and prodding from the Rus? 3 knights looking to be aggressive again. Southeast, well, 3 more rams on the 4th town centre, so he's built 5 in total. Does have enough stone for a 6th one. We'll have to keep count because it looks like G-Way's on a tower, town centre spam here. This is going to go down. We're on 5 so far. Military heading onto the west, and this town centre is going to come under fire next. As the knights do push off villagers off of gold. Now, this is a lot of villagers going down. 13 so far. GUA still has almost a 20 village, well, more than a 20 villager lead. Okay, that 4th town centre has gone down. Still 3 standing. Trying to get some houses. GUA doesn't have any production buildings. This is absolutely insane. 13 minutes of the game, and holy smokes, this is super greedy. Let's just see what is going at home for Doomsy. Just the 1 town centre so far. Plenty of villagers on gold, looking to get those knights on the field. Maybe even think about fast castle, but it doesn't really have the food income, so it's going to be certainly an extended feud age, especially with the rams coming in. And I think maybe, just maybe, could this be a push from the Rus that just sees the game out in the feud age? It remains to be seen. It's going to be pushing on this further TC, as it is down to 3 town centres now. GUA heading out on the west. Has actually got a lot of villagers out on gold. 2 stables being produced. Looks like GUA going to start to get some units on the field, but I mean, he's got a lot of gold coming in. Is he considering a fast castle? Quite possibly. That'd be super, super greedy. 18 villagers go down. More are going to be lost. GUA playing super greedy. It's an unusual matchup. At least the way it's been playing it out. And the archers picking off villagers again. Down by 20 villagers from what it could have been, GUA. But he's almost, well, he's 20 villagers ahead. It's absolutely insane. Does lose that town centre. 3rd town centre lost in the game so far. Built 5 is down to 2. Now the rams going to be starting to come out on the front lines of the main base. 4th one going to be built, and this could be a dangerous situation for GUA. He's going to try and torch down the rams. Might be able to get 1. Good damage coming out there. Lots of torch damage, and the villagers do head up back to wood again, as there's 23 villagers already here. GUA. Absolutely huge. Villagers off the gold here, but he's obviously got the gold in the west, which is quite nice for him. Might need to drop a market. He's going up to the castle age with culture wing, no less. You know, forget about military wing. It's not like he's under pressure at all. GUA going for the culture wing. Can't help feel like this is a bit of a troll, but he's actually managed to hold on for now. Almost 50 minutes on the clock, and I mean, he's got double stable. If he can produce those knights, again, I'm a bit surprised by that choice of production buildings. If he went for man-at-arms, that would counter the spearmen and the archers on the field. But speaking of spearmen, there aren't all that many, so stable units will be getting that mobility on the field. And now this is the problem for GUA. He's being pressurized. Is a tech up in the castle age, but there are 3 rams in his base with the archers following up, and GUA pushed this back somehow. He needs to keep villagers alive. Has got 29 villagers. Still has a villager lead though at 63 versus 47. There are absolutely 0 military on the field. Is this a new Abbasid dynasty meta? We do see now Doomsy going up to the castle age with the Abbey of the Trinity. It only took 15 minutes for GUA to produce any units. He is now looking to get those knights. The castle age knights coming out from the stables. Triple stables with the market to balance that economy. That's exactly what he does. It looks like he just bought some food there, give you anxiety. Berries are done for. The problem for GUA doesn't have access to the sheep. They're underneath his capital town centre. 13 villagers garrison. And this is going from... Well, this is problematic. Villagers going to have to come out. Try and torch those rams. Casualties will be had. He does have textiles, thankfully for him. But there is a knight there. Where is the knights for GUA? Are they heading that position? Are they coming out to defend? A couple of them are. Doomed to get to the next age with the Abbey of the Trinity, looking to pick up the relics. And now this is a problem because the first landmark has been taken down. Don't forget the Abbasid dynasty. They only have 2 landmarks, the capital town centre and the House of Wisdom. Villagers retreating, scampering for their lives. But here come the cavalry with the Basset dynasty in the form of the castle age lancers. This could do a lot of damage. This could clean up, but there are quite a few spearmen there. But it does need some micro. GUA doesn't want to engage against the spearmen directly, that is for sure. Maybe looking to use the town centre to pick off those spearmen and whittle down their numbers to take a better trade in the fight. GUA pushing forward with 6 villagers with, I'm not sure what this is about, maybe to get an outpost or 2. more of them on the west side. And he does actually get an outpost on the berries, denying a lot of food there to be had. Wooden fortress going there on the edge of the map for Doomsy, but that capital town centre means that G-Way is still on, well, he's only on one town centre at the moment. Built 5 is now down to 1. Does have a villager lead by 10, but a lot of them are idled, so having said that, there are 12 villages idled there for Doomsy. Now looking to torch down that outpost. Here come the warrior monks looking to get some of those relics on the field, and all villagers on the berries are going to be pushed hard. A lot of weak villagers, a lot are going to go down. There are 44 villager kills. That's absolutely insane in this game, but despite that, G-Way is still ahead in villager count. But take a look at the military 16 versus 5. The numbers are starting to build up for G-Way, and they might be able to push this back quite nicely. But forget, these are feudal age knights for the Rus. They haven't had the upgrades coming in just yet. That's a bit of a problem. Maybe a bit of an oversight not to upgrade those units. And also these are still hardened beam as well, feudal age units. So we can go for another town centre. That's town centre number 6 in this game, but only has 2. Well, this would be the second one running. Does defend the berries, and that's pretty key. Does have the mill up now, so we'll be getting the bonus for those berries. On the west side, this is totally unscouted, I think, for Doomsy. He doesn't see any of it. Those outposts just being pesky here for G-Way, just harassing. Question is, now that we're 18 minutes into the game, well, I guess this is the second town centre. 6 in total have been built there. We need to get the passive structures, the defense is up there, static defenses on the east side. Pushing the army back, and all of a sudden Doomsy is actually looking in a little bit precarious position because he doesn't have a tech advantage, he doesn't have a huge military advantage, he certainly doesn't have a villager advantage, and he had a timing attack window there to push G-Way, and it didn't quite work out there. Second town centre. He's also repairing the capital town centre as well. That's strong for G-Way. Now, the villager lead will continue to build, and now is actually looking to get some archery ranges as well. You've got to feel for Doomsy, because if he spotted this could be huge. That's where the production of the units are coming from. Villagers for G-Way looking to hide inside that outpost and kill those villagers. Oh no, there are knights coming in. 3 of them. That's going to be problematic for Doomsy. A lot of them are going to go down, those villagers. That's not looking good. Charge comes in. Villagers being slaughtered, and now, all of a sudden, villager losses coming out for Doomsy. He's going to run away with those villagers. 52 villagers Doomsy's killed versus losing 6, as we do see the numbers build up a little bit more. Does already have 1 relic there, Doomsy, so looking to make the macro approach work for him if he can, but he's behind on villagers quite significantly, and now he's got a hard farming transition coming out there. Now, wood is not necessarily a problem for the Rus with the bonuses that they get, but farming transitions can be pretty rough. So 6 town centres have been built so far in this game for G-Way. Only 2 are running though. The rest have been taken. Second relic coming in, deposited in nicely there. Nice bit of relic income coming in. For Doomsy, of course. Pretty spectacular. Alright, well, guys, I want to take this opportunity to say thank you for all the support on YouTube, and also, I do have a subscriber goal, so I'm hoping to reach 1,000 subscribers before the end of the year, so if you haven't subscribed yet and you're watching the video and you enjoy it, I mean, if you're watching until now, you clearly enjoy the content, help me get to that subscriber goal. Press that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. I really appreciate it, guys, and all the support that you give on YouTube and the Age of Empires 4 content I push out. But speaking of Age of Empires 4 content, well, this game looks to be prolonging out a little bit more because villagers are going down for Doomsy, and now all of a sudden G-Way's villager lead is starting to build up again with no real tech advantage for Doomsy. It does have crossbows, which will certainly help push those knights away. But with static defenses on the east side there for G-Way, he's looking pretty comfortable, and he is on 3 town centres. That initial town centre is going to be building up very soon, almost done, and we'll be able to produce villagers again. There it is. G-Way is back up to 3 town centres. Already still about 30 villagers ahead. Just under. Activating the sacred site. Knights heading in, and villagers will be taken down, although they managed to survive and hide in that town centre. A couple of knights here on the south do get lost there for G-Way. On the west side, being annoying here with the towers, and is now playing a pocket economies on the various woodlines. Again, this has not been scouted. There's a lot of gold coming in here for G-Way. Warrior Monk on the front line, being chased by the Lancers from the Basset dynasty, and all of a sudden this game seems to be slipping here for Doomsy. I think he had a window of opportunity, now he's going to struggle because, I mean, take a look. Villager lead is absolutely huge for the Basset dynasty, and the military count is very similar for both players. We'll be looking to snipe off one of the Lancers, or 2 at least. Should get both. Might not actually. The Lancers are pretty quick on their feet, and crossbowmen a bit slow to reload. On the west side, not much happening. It's a bit of a quiet time in the game, I have to say. Kind of surprisingly enough. But all that aggression in the feudal age, all that action. The south, well, not much happening, just the lancer poking and prodding on that hunting cabin. Here come out some mangonels there for give you anxiety. That could push back the crossbowman. That could be pretty nice as a counter unit. Doomsy's going to need to take into Springalds. Okay, 6 town centers were built. I think that still remains the same. He's operating on 3 town centers now. On stone again there, GUA. Maybe to get a castle. Maybe not another town center. Who knows? I mean, I wouldn't put it past him now, GUA, in this match. Anything can go. Villagers here on gold could be taken down, but I'm concerned for Doomsy is whilst he will get villager kills here, Hero still have the villager lead, and there are other safer golds to now retreat to. These were not safe a long time ago. Now they are. Does have enough stone for another town centre. Will he put down another town centre? That'd be super greedy, but hey, I wouldn't put it past him now. Mangonel's heading towards that army. Villagers are lost. 61 villagers. Doomsy has killed 61 villagers. And yet GUA still with the villager lead. A new OP strat for the Abbasid dynasty, you feel. Military lead is dwindling here for Doomsy. Numbers coming up for GUA. He might overtake actually. It's almost 30 villagers ahead, 29 to be exact. Now 30. Every time that's going to be absolute. Oh my god, there is a 6th town centre. If I'm not mistaken. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7th. That's the 7th. Wait. 8th. Because he rebuilt that one, right? I'm losing count, but I'm pretty sure that's the 8th town centre now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, this is the 7th town centre. Absolutely bonkers. GUA still getting stone. Probably not going to add an 8. So you're now going to push in a little bit here into the base, and Doomsy could be under pressure. Attacking the blacksmith on the west side. A lot of villagers on that gold vein could be exposed. Rams coming out here for GUA. Trying to take out the Abbey of the Trinity to deny the relic god. That could be pretty huge. Villagers do need to come out for Doomsy. If he spots this and takes the rams out, that would be critical. He's not spotted it yet though. Hello? Doomsy? Where are you? I might just send his units there instead. Doesn't want to create any idle time with the villagers. Understandably so. As a group of archers, they're hanging out for GUA. Villagers coming in the southeast. Maybe to take the deer pack is kind of... I mean, it's not too bad on food, but could be doing better. I suspect that's going to be the case. You can put the hunting cabin near... Oh my god. Okay, I said hunting cabin. I take it back. He's going to go for an 8th town centre. Absolutely madman here, GUA. Heading forward with the mangonel and the archers. Let's see if the Abbey of the Trinity is still under fire. The units came out and take the rams out. Lancer's taking out the hunting cabin, just denying a bit of gold income for him. Crossbows heading to defend. This is a problem for Doomsy. He doesn't want to be defending this situation. He's behind an eco by quite a distance. Almost by 50 villagers. It's absolutely insane. Considering the fact that GUA's lost 61 villagers. His economy is absolutely bonkers. And looks like the Russ are struggling for food. Has to be said, Doomsy going for a farming transition. Not been able to make it count. And speaking of farming transition, well, GUA is kind of denying that. Takes out a farm and then runs away. The crossbows aren't able to keep up. GUA backing off for now. Abbey of the Trinity still up and running. The concern for Doomsy is the eco here looking strong, and the farming transition is up and running for GUA. Make no mistake about it, he's not behind anything in terms of transitions of economy. Could be absolutely huge. Things quietened down though at the 26th minute, but you get the feeling from what was a crazy opening in terms of how greedy GUA was being, it seeming to pay off. With Doomsy not being able to do the critical damage. Now one thing that needs to be talked about, a little bit of an oversight, he's got 23 Kremlin gremlins and he didn't use a single one. The trouble for him is he might not be able to afford it with the food income as it is. The south, wait a minute. That has got to be the greediest town centre I've ever seen for GUA. A 9th town centre. 9th town centre, guys. 10th. The 10th town centre attempted here for GUA. Sure, he didn't get them all up, but Really? 10 town centers? This is certainly a new meta. I think we're going to know what the YouTube title is going to be today. There's something about town centers, that's for sure. GOA starting to siege down that siege workshop. On the west side, here come the archers picking off villagers. That's a problem for Doomsy. The one doesn't lose those villagers. Proxy siege workshop there for GOA. Those were the rams came out. They might lose villagers here. Doomsy loses the villagers here. This game could be completely over. I mean, to be fair, he's already 50 villagers behind. Uh-oh, Doomsy. An absolute slaughter, an absolute massacre. Nothing he can do about it. He's going to try and run with his villagers. Does have wheelbarrow, but how many of them survive? I'm not sure many. They're being picked apart. Massive overkill on that last one there. Just backs off with a decent number, but lost a lot of chunk. And nice to clear this up, but that's not a problem for GOA. He has killed so many villagers. It's absolutely bonkers. Got another army coming down the middle with lancers and a couple of horsemen dotted in. Just trying to be microed as much as they can. Obviously the knights will take care of them. Speaking of knights, GOA heading into the heart of the base for Doomsy with his own knights. Let's take a look if there's any other town centers coming up. I mean, geez. 10 town centers was the aim. But, well, he tried to make a 10 at some, well, at one point or another, he was making town centers. Not all of them went up, not all of them survived. But he made 10 in total. Placed the foundations for 10 at least. I'm coming out for Doomsy, maybe looking to pressurize himself on the front lines, but there's a lot of army here for GOA, and getting an outpost on the front lines gives them a position to retreat to. South, there's some sort of engagement happening there. Lancers for GOA. He does have the movement speed, doesn't have to take any fights he doesn't want to. Looks like villagers coming out for Doomsy wanted to get back on the food, but there are crossbows. GOA will have to get out of there, has no choice. Heading into the almost 30th minute of the game, GOA can't take this particular fight, but if he can group his forces together, he might just take a fight. In any case, it looks like the raid is going to happen again. I wonder whether GOA pulls some units from the front lines, because he does have some mangonels and a couple of knights. In any case, the units are still being chased, and this could be a good option for GOA. He's just putting the army away, and there we are. Doomsy not falling for it today. Keeping his army at home. Does have a siege workshop there, Doomsy. Maybe looking to get some springalds. That will help against the mangonels that GOA already has. Now we do even see GOA continuing to produce those villagers, and it looks like he's going to try and get up to 200 villagers. Will we even see a villager rush? Question remains to be seen. In the northwest, it does have a ram trying to come out there, looking to get the sacred site. I just wonder, could he go for another CC, make it 11? He does have the sacred site now, so gold income coming in. Very, very nicely for GOA now. The gold income is skyrocketing up there for Doomsy. I'm not entirely sure why. It does have 3 relics, rebuilding that Abbey of the Trinity. Keeping in mind all the gold that was there. A lot of it, and now it has got a transition back over to wood. Trouble is he's floating a lot of gold. No market to balance his economy. I mean, GOA could go to the Imperial Age at this rate, which is absolutely bonkers when you think about it. Here's a push with the lancers for Doomsy. Might be picking off this town centre, but I'm not sure GOA really minds. He's like 100 villages ahead. It doesn't feel like there's anything that Doomsy can do to stop this. And this is a crazy booming economy for the GOA player in the east. Playing against the Basset dynasty. Here come the lancers for GOA, going to rush this down. A lot of crossbows there for Rus. Should be able to hold that position on the west. A couple of lancers trying to raid as much as they can in the middle. Here comes a push with mangonels and lancers, and I just feel like GOA has got units all over the field. He is equalising the villager on the military count rather. The concern for Doomsy is if Doomsy loses his army, he's not going to be able to reproduce it. Only coming with 300 food per minute almost, compared to the 3,000 food coming in for GOA. Farming transition in full swing. Food economy looking crazy. Don't forget the villages are super cheap here. Not that he needs to get any more, because he's at 190 population, and he's looking to get the sacred site in the southeast as well. And that gold income will be very, very nice. Taking out the knights on the front line. Maybe looking to take the Kremlin out as well. And the trouble is, he's not been able to use the Kremlin gremlins. He's got 27 in there. I mean, he can't afford it actually. He actually literally cannot afford to even summon the Kremlin gremlins at this rate. 3 springles will push the mangonels back, but not that he even needs it here, GOA. Taking the fight, and well, whilst this is a suboptimal fight for GOA with the crossbows behind there for the Rus, it doesn't really matter because he'll be able to reproduce his army in no time. You gather gathering point should be forward here for GUA, and if it is, that's going to be looking menacing because those knights are coming in, they're replenishing. And on the back of this, the Mangonels might start to head forward. If the Springles do die, that'll be a problem for him. There, Doomsy, and he's struggling. He does have a couple of warrior monks on the back line, supervising and healing up. The Mangonels do deploy, looking to fire off on the barracks, on the blacksmith rather. Springles can't get in range. One of them gets taken down. Another Mangonel is up there running there for Doomsy. The first one for him, I think, at this point. And now that is a problem for Doomsy. He lost a lot of his army. So did GUA, to be honest, but the thing is, GUA has a lot in the queue right now. He's going to be producing these knights. They're going to be coming in thick and fast. Look at the food bank and the gold bank. He'll go to Imperial Age if he just idles his gold spending for like half a minute. And that's absolutely crazy when you think about it. The game is turned and on its head. GUA looking seemingly down and out initially. He is pushing hard, and it looks like if this army goes down by Doomsday, we should be able to see the GG, because there's no way he's going to be able to hold. Doesn't have the food income to replenish. Mangonels are going to be deployed potentially. Springles might take care of them, but it's not going to be a big deal. The Mangonels do get shot off, and they do back off, and the Springles are going to go down. That has to be the last straw. You feel the Lancers charging on the siege. Once the siege engines are down, there's nothing standing in the way between Doomsday and GUA, and GUA must be giving his opponent anxiety at this point, because there's nothing that Doomsday can do. And I just wonder whether the Abbasid dynasty with 10 town centers will be putting the Rus to bed, sending Doomsday to his doom. GUA plays it incredibly crazily with the Abbasid dynasty, a new meta establishing 10 town centers for GUA. I hope you guys enjoyed this casted game, and if you did and you watched to this point, I mean, clearly you did enjoy the content. If you did watch the whole game, do think about subscribing so they can help me get to my subscriber goal. Take care and see you next time.